appealing to the young and the older alike. It's just that, it just has that appeal.
And you guys were talking about
there was some that when we took this concept to some majors, one of the reasons why we did it on our own, on our own label, was that we took this concept to some of them, and they wanted me to do, like Drop It Like It's Hot and Lean Back. No offense to those two, to Joe or Snoop. Those dudes are cool.
Or Pharrell's Thoughts, which those are brilliant tracks.
Yeah, that works for them, but for myself, I had to do what I had to evolve in the way I've evolved with Solar. So we had, there were people trying to get us to do certain types of music, and $7 grand gives us the freedom to do what we want to do.
We were talking about, you guys obviously expressed that you don't feel that enough, or certain artists at least aren't paying homage to you guys. Which artists do you feel are currently, do you think reflect you and y'all impact on the game?
Well, right off the top, we have a new album dropping in February, late February 2008.
Yeah.
Which is called the Jazzmatazz Time Bomb mixtape.
Okay.
And so rather than us tell you who we feel, we actually put them on the record. So you will hear Guru with what we feel to be the top unknown up-and-coming spitters in the game. I'll just give you a few little names, that's on there. Zion I, Cable and the High Power, signed the 7 Grand Records. And I'm not going to say too much, unfortunately. Not that I don't want to, but these creative vampires are all over us right now. So anything we say or do, they're ripping it off. They're putting a lot of money behind it. So they're making it look like it's their idea or their concept when it wasn't even theirs to begin with. And it's a really disgusting thing for music, and a disgusting thing for the youth, and a disgusting thing for America, because the Europeans aren't doing it. They're giving us our love and respect. It's right here. These so-called filthy rich, unmoral, dirty, disgusting individuals that they're prohibiting us from even having the freedom to fully talk about our new projects, because they'll put the same record out and call it their own. I'll say this. I'll give you one clue. I've been advertising now in the press, not advertising, but speaking in the press about my album, which is entitled 5,000 Degrees and Burning, sold out 5,000 Degrees and Burning, coming late 2008. I'm just going to tell you, there's a big hip-hop record about to come out with the number 5,000 in it. That's never been heard of before. Nobody uses numbers in hip-hop titles. And I could go on and on. I'm not, because then it'll seem like I'm complaining or I'm angry or I'm bitter. I'm not.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for those dudes, because ultimately that just means that you don't even love what you do. Because if you love what you do, you could be creative at what you do. So if you can't be creative, then you don't love what you do.
It's called biting.
Shame on them. Shame on them. Biting is what we say.
Biting was never allowed in hip-hop. It was never.
But at the same time, the hip-hop community itself didn't embrace fighters. If you were a fighter, we chastised you and threw you out. You didn't make it to be a legend in hip-hop being a fighter. That's what's wrong right now. That's a part of it, that we have to rally the 7 Grand movement and those around us and let them step up, not go on solo. We shouldn't have to be the ones to step up and chastise Lupe. It should be the hip-hop community, the young heads out there, tell us, guys, shame on you. What's wrong with you did to Google? You should have just let him be on your record and do a remix with you and brought the beat from Solar rather than steal it. That's wrong.
What was the record that you...
Another note, there's another group that we have mad love for that is definitely down with the movement and showing love to us, and that's Gym Class Heroes.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
Yeah, they tapped Solar for a remix of Cupid's Chokehold, a hip-hop remix, and Solar laced it, and then Solar asked me to spit on it. So that's actually my first time being on a platinum record, my first time in my whole career. So
That's your first platinum plaque.
Yes, indeed.
That's my first platinum plaque also.
So that's another example of a group, and they're doing their own thing. I definitely call them hip hop. It's alternative, but it's hip hop. And that dude Travis can spit. He's definitely
And in case you don't know, they were MTV voted MTV Group of the Year award. At MTV Awards 2007. So, big up to our dude. And that's a good example. Why is it that we gotta, have a group that's quote unquote alternative hip hop come in and show Guru and Solar's love, give us a little bit of paper, you know what I mean? Let us pay a few bills and let us breathe. When these other people, they're from our era, and they're not. So these are all questions that we are saying to you, the hip-hop heads, the young heads, because you're the ones who are going to control this. You're the ones who we're doing this for. So it's up to you all to step up to the plate and recognize, or not, what we're doing, see it as valid or not, because it is your right and it's your choice, and we're not going to tell you you're wrong if you don't. But we're giving you the option to step up and look at art, what's real hip-hop, as opposed to the nonsense that you've been force-fed for the last 5, 6, 7 years since the Bling era.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and I can say for sure that people have been complaining about being force-fed and saying hip-hop is dying or dead or it needs this, it's lacking that. So, if that's the case, then $7 grand is here, and you can step up and vote. And when we say vote, that means support. And when we say support, that means, hey, actually go out and buy a physical CD, because we're not funded by some big corporation or some big, huge investment or whatever. This is Guru and Solar doing this and making it happen on a grassroots level with the people. And if that's the case, support means to, go out and buy a physical CD or download.
Not only buy one for yourself, buy one for your little brother, buy one for your older cousin, your uncle. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, show your love and show your pride that hip-hop isn't just some dirty, disgusting gutter music rapping about everything that's unfavorable. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we could look at a good example, I think, would be if we look at the movie Super Size Me, which we've all seen. And, we all like McDonald's, you know what I mean? I like it too. But the thing is, if you eat it all day, every day, it'll kill you. So let's look at this type of hip-hop that these other labels are putting out. That's the same thing. They're going to kill your mind. They're going to kill your spirit if you keep listening to that all day and all night. So you got to go out and get something healthy to mix it up with, something that works for you. You know what I mean? And that becomes $7 grand records.
Mm-hmm. Now, totally
a nutritious musical meal.
Yeah, there it is.
Hear that. Now, to switch gears, completely, you said go out and vote, and I want to know what you guys think about Obama and what he's doing right now.
I mean, first and foremost, $7 grand records, we're a musical company.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But as individuals, I'm just interested.
As individuals, we're very proud of the situation right now. We're proud of what he's doing. We definitely feel that it's a time for a change. On our album, we have a track called Kiss the World, track 16. So obviously, we've shown that we're in tune with the pain that the situation has gotten to right now. You know what I mean? The levels of extreme extreme pain and suffering that the world is going through at this point. So we definitely support positive change, whether it come in the form of Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton or whoever, whatever president comes in, we look to them for change, and we look to them for positive change to represent healing and getting the planet Earth to a better place, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Excellent. At this stage in your career, Guru, does criticism play into your creative process at all?
Only to motivate me, but it's always been like that, it's a part of the game, so, like everybody says, so, I mean, if they're talking, it's a good thing, and, we got something to talk about. $7 grand is definitely on the come up, and it's definitely something to talk about, and the music that I'm doing right now, I feel is some of my best music ever, so, I say bring it on.